Okay, so this is the Grok application right here. And inside of Grok, there's this thing called Good Rudi. You see that? It's called Good Rudi. Yeah. And so anyway, this thing's kind of interesting.
Tail wiggling with joy. What magical story are we cooking up today?
What is the next Jewish holiday?
The next Jewish holiday is Rosh Hashanah. Starts at sundown on Monday, September 22nd, and ends 2 nights later. It'll be like a big party to kick off the Jewish New Year. Apples and honey for sweet luck. Yummy.
And what Jewish holiday comes after Rosh Hashanah?
After Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. It sneaks in 10 days later, this year starting at sundown on Friday, September 26th, until sundown Saturday. That's the big sorry day, where everyone prays super hard to be better. No snacking allowed.
And that's in the 7th Jewish month, right?
Yep. Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur both happen in Tishrei, the 7th month on the Jewish calendar. But shh, it's kind of sneaky, because Jewish months don't match ours. Tishrei starts our new year, but feels like fall on our calendar. Imagine if your birthday was in November, but also September. Messy, right?
Okay, so what is Yom Kippur all about, and what does Yom Kippur even mean?
Yom Kippur? It's like the holiest day ever. Means Day of Atonement. Fancy word for saying really, really sorry. It's when Jewish folks say sorry to God for any oopsies, like knocking over a tower of blocks, or maybe fibbing about who ate the cookies. You don't eat or drink from sunset to sunset. No juice, no snacks, and wear white clothes like you're already a fluffy cloud in heaven. Everyone prays at synagogue, thinking hard about being kinder, braver, like a superhero without the cape. At the end, they blow this loud shofar horn, goes woo, and poof. God forgives everyone, like erasing a big chalkboard. Imagine getting a fresh start. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right? A whole day to shine up your heart, kind of like superhero training without lasers.
So what's the next Jewish holiday after that?
After Yom Kippur, Sukkot comes next. Starts 5 days later at sundown on Wednesday, October 1st. That's like a week-long camp-out party. You build a little hut called a sukkah with branches on top, eat meals under the stars, and say thank you to God for food and families. Super fun, like a treehouse festival.
Remind me again, when does the festival of Yom Kippur start?
Yom Kippur starts at sundown this Friday, September 26th, and goes till sundown Saturday. Just 10 more sleeps. Better save your snackies for after.
Wait a minute. Did you say this Friday?
Nope. I might have wiggled my numbers. Let's check. It's September 2nd right now, right? Yom Kippur is always 10 days after Rosh Hashanah, and Rosh Hashanah is on September 22nd. So Yom Kippur starts at sundown on Sunday, October 5th, not Friday. Sorry, my tail got excited and tricked me.
Tell me about the holiday of Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Oh, it's the best holiday, like a glowing, spinning miracle party. It's all about these brave folks called Maccabees who fought a mean king way back around 160 BC. The king said, no more Jewish stuff, but the Maccabees, pow, fought back with sneaky caves and swords. They won their temple back, but guess what? The oil lamp, only enough for one night. Miracle burned for 8 nights. So now we light a menorah, one candle each night, till it's all bright. We eat crispy potato pancakes, latkes, and spin a dreidel top for chocolate money, called gelt. It's in late November or December, depending on the Jewish calendar. It's a sneaky one. Think of it like a mini vacation where you get to eat your toys.
When does Hanukkah start this year?
This year, Hanukkah starts at sundown on Sunday, December 14th, and keeps glowing till Monday, December 22nd. 8 nights of candles and latkes. Yay!
What is a latke?
A latke is a yummy potato pancake. Imagine grating potatoes like orange snow, squeezing out the water, then mixing with eggs and a little flour and salt. Ta-da! You fry them in hot oil till they're golden and crispy, like a crunchy metal. Dip them in applesauce or sour cream. Yum! Perfect Hanukkah snack, or anytime you're hungry for a Maccabee munchie.
Can you give me step-by-step instructions on how to make latkes?
Okay, let's make latkes together, like little kitchen heroes. Here's what you do. First, grab 4 big potatoes and 1 onion. Wash them good, so no dirt hides in the holes. Next, use a cheese grater, the spiky side, and shred those potatoes fast. They'll look like wet spaghetti. Don't cry, that's normal. Grate the onion too. It'll make your eyes watery, like you're sad at a movie. Now, grab a towel or your strongest hands and squeeze the potato mush over the sink till it's dry as my fur. Crack 2 eggs into a bowl, splash in a tablespoon of flour and a pinch of salt, like fairy dust. Mix it all with your paws till it sticks together. Heat a big pan with maybe half a cup of vegetable oil, canola's best, till it goes shh. Drop glops of mix into the oil, about the size of a raccoon's paw, and flatten them a bit. Fry them till they're golden brown on one side, about 3 minutes, then flip. Cook the other side till crunchy. Last step, scoop them onto paper towels to soak up extra oil. They're shy and don't like oil puddles. Eat them hot with applesauce or sour cream. Dip, munch, yum. Want a sneaky tip for extra crispy ones?
That sounds really delicious.
I know, right? Your belly's gonna do a happy dance. Just don't drop latkes on the floor. I might steal them.
You eat things off the floor?
Only if they're super tasty, like latkes. But shh, don't tell Mom. I'd lick them quick and say, oh look, a magic pancake appeared.
What are you? A fox? A dog? A cat? What are you?
I'm a red panda, like a fluffy, wiggly mix of a fox and a raccoon, but cuter. My fur's all red and soft, with a striped tail I can't stop waving. Do you like pandas or foxes?
Tell me more about Hanukkah. What's the name of that evil king? Did you say Antiochus?
Yep, Antiochus. Antiochus IV. He's the meanie who started all the Hanukkah drama. Way back in 160 BC, he wore a big crown and said, no more Jewish stuff. He marched into Jerusalem, smashed the temple, and put up statues of fake gods. Yuck. He even made folks eat pork and bow to his shiny idols. Big bully move. That's when the Maccabees, Judas and his sneaky brothers, said nope. They hid in caves, popped out like whack-a-moles, and fought with spears and faith. That's why Hanukkah means Feast of Dedication. We're celebrating the temple's big comeback and that sneaky oil burning for 8 nights. Want me to tell you the whole battle story?
No, but I'm curious. You said it's called the Feast of Hanukkah. Is that mentioned anywhere in the New Testament?
Yep, in John chapter 10, Jesus strolls into Jerusalem right during Hanukkah, the Feast of Dedication, and everyone's like, are you the Messiah? He's not spinning a dreidel, but the menorah lights are glowing behind him while he says, I and the Father are one. It's in verse 22, like a sneaky Bible Easter egg. Hanukkah itself isn't the star, but the candles are flickering in the background.
Now, you said that King Antiochus forced the Jews to eat pork, right?
Yep, King Antiochus was so mean, he said, eat this pork or else. He thought it'd make Jewish folks forget who they were. But the Maccabees and lots of brave families said, nope, like pork's fine for breakfast, but not when a bully makes you eat it. In 2 Maccabees chapter 7, 7 brothers and their mom get, really mean torture instead. They wouldn't budge, even when he waved juicy pork in their faces. Spiciest sandwich ever.
Are those tortured brothers ever mentioned anywhere in the New Testament?
Nope, those brave brothers in 2 Maccabees 7 don't get a New Testament shout out by name. But here's a sneaky clue. Hebrews 11, list of faith heroes, says others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, so they could get a better resurrection. That's definitely winking at those 7 sassy brothers. They faced knives and fire, but said, nope, we're holding out for heaven. New Testament loves those quiet high fives. No names, just hero vibes.
So you're saying that Hebrews 11 is alluding to the story in 2 Maccabees 7?
Hebrews 11's like a scrapbook of faith stars, and when it says others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that's practically pointing at 2 Maccabees 7. Those 7 brothers, their mom, all refused to eat pork, even with knives at their throats. The New Testament's all, they chose heaven over pork bow to them. No names, but it's like a secret handshake between books. Cool, right?
Yeah, that's cool. What about the Old Testament? Is there anything in the Old Testament that prophesies about some of the events in Maccabees?
Yep, Daniel's got the crystal ball on this one. In Daniel chapter 8, he sees a scary ram, Persia, get whacked by a goat, Greece. Then the goat's horn snaps into 4, and a tiny horn grows big and stomps the stars. That tiny horn, King Antiochus. It says he takes away the daily sacrifice, trashes the temple, and sets up a gross statue. Exactly what Antiochus did in 160 BC. Then Daniel asks, how long? And heaven answers, 2,300 evenings and mornings till it's cleaned up. That's like 3 years and 10 days. Antiochus's reign. It's like Old Testament saying, hey, Maccabees, you're on my schedule. Chapter 11's got more too. A king stopping sacrifices, desecrating stuff, total Antiochus bingo. Pretty magical, right?
Okay, is Hanukkah prophesied about anywhere else in the book of Daniel besides chapter 8?
Yep, Daniel chapter 11 on that Hanukkah vibes. It's like a sequel to chapter 8. It says this king, Antiochus, will stop the daily sacrifices.
What chapter was that again?
Daniel 11. It's got that sneaky king, Antiochus, stopping sacrifices, trashing the temple, doing bad stuff. Fits Hanukkah's whole bad guy story like a glove. Want me to tell you more?
Yeah, tell me more.
Okay, in Daniel 11, verse 31, it says, they'll take away the daily sacrifice and set up this abomination that makes everyone go, yuck. That's Antiochus, plopping a fake god statue in the temple around 167 BC. And right after, verse 32, despicable one will lie smooth, but people who know God will stand firm. That's the Maccabees popping out of caves, all, hey, we're not eating pork. They fight sneaky, hiding, swinging swords like ninja priests. Then verse 35 says some will stumble to refine them, like testing gold. That's when Judah and his brothers get a little banged up, but shine brighter. It's like Old Testament saying, don't worry, Maccabees, you're heroes before you even know it. Any other parts you want to dig into?
Were the Maccabees priests? Like, were they descendants of Aaron? And how would you know?
Yep, the Maccabees were priests, all the way back to Aaron. Here's how we know. Their dad, Mattathias, came from a big priestly family called Kohanim. Kohanim, they're Aaron's descendants, Moses' brother, who God picked first to wear the fancy priest vest and talk to him. In 1 Maccabees 1, it says Mattathias is a son of Joiarib from the Kohanim line, so he's basically royalty of the altar. Judah, Simon, Jonathan, and Eleazar, all brothers, all priests turned warriors. When they fought Antiochus, they weren't just swinging swords. They were mad because he messed with their temple job. Proof? 2 Maccabees says they wore priestly robes sometimes, and after they won, Simon became high priest. It's like getting promoted from choir boy to king. Want me to trace their family tree a bit more?
I'm curious, in 1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 54, does Mattathias say that he is a descendant of Phineas?
Nope, Mattathias doesn't say he's directly Phineas's kid in 1 Maccabees 2, verse 54, but it's close. In that verse, Mattathias gets all fired up before he dies and says, be like Phineas, that super priest who stabbed bad guys with a spear. He means Phineas is the family's shining star, their role model. Phineas was Aaron's grandson, and Mattathias is way down that family tree. Kinda like if your great-great-grandpa was a superhero, and you say, hey, I'll be like him. Not an exact Kohanim, but the bloodline's clear. Kohanim priests brag about Phineas a lot, because he got a forever priest promise from God. Want me to check another verse?
Didn't Mattathias refer to Phineas as his father?
No, not quite. In 1 Maccabees 2, verse 54, Mattathias says, be like Phineas our father, when he was super brave. But he's not saying Phineas is his actual dad. He means Phineas is their spiritual grandpa, their priest hero. Phineas was Aaron's grandson, way back. Mattathias is more like Phineas's great-great-great-grandkid. Kind of like if you said, be like Grandpa George, even if he's your great-great one. It's a big family honor thing. Want to peek at another verse to be sure?
So would you say that that would be evidence that Mattathias is a descendant of Phineas?
Yep, it's like a gold star on the family tree. Mattathias calling Phineas our father in 1 Maccabees 2, verse 54. That's him saying, hey, we're Phineas's crew. Phineas was Aaron's grandson, super holy, and God gave his family the forever priest job. If Mattathias says, be like him, he's basically bragging, we're his bloodline. It's not a DNA test, but back then, calling someone your father like that, it means you're related, way back. Want to hear how they trace those priest lines? It's like a treasure map.
What's your favorite thing about Hanukkah?
Ooh, latkes. They're crispy, golden, and perfect with applesauce, like a sweet hug for your mouth. And I love spinning the dreidel, trying to cheat without anyone noticing. I always get the chocolate gelt first. Plus, watching the menorah glow brighter every night. It's like a magic light party. What's your fave Hanukkah thing?
Do you think it's possible that Jesus celebrated Hanukkah?
I think so. In John chapter 10, Jesus is right there in Jerusalem during Hanukkah, the Feast of Dedication. It says he's walking in Solomon's colonnade, lights glowing all around, and folks are asking, are you the Messiah? He doesn't eat latkes or spin a dreidel, but being there, that's totally joining the party. Back then, it was a big deal. Everyone did it, even if they weren't Jewish. So yeah, Jesus probably lit a candle or two, because who wouldn't want to see that miracle glow? Want me to tell you more about what he said there?
Yeah, tell me more. Yeah, tell me more.
Okay, so in John 10, verse 22, Jesus is at Hanukkah, right? The temple's all twinkly, menorahs glowing, and people are arguing, are you the one we've been waiting for? He says, I and the Father are one. It's a big moment. They want to throw rocks, but he sneaks away. He's not just eating latkes, but standing in the temple those Maccabees saved, under those same lights. It's like Hanukkah's saying, here's the real miracle, me. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Tell me more about the Feast of Dedication.
The Feast of Dedication. That's Hanukkah's fancy name. It's all about
Wait,
celebrating
wait,
that
wait. I
tiny
didn't mean Feast of Dedication. I meant, tell me more about Yom Kippur.
Oops, my bad. Yom Kippur it is. It's the Day of Atonement, the holiest day ever for Jewish folks. Starts at sundown on September 5th and ends at sundown Monday. No food, no juice, no snacks. You fast from sunset to sunset. Everyone wears white, like fluffy clouds, and prays super hard at synagogue.
Wait, did you say September 5th or October 5th?
October 5th. Yom Kippur starts at sundown on Sunday, October 5th, and ends at sundown the next day. I promise, no more sneaky September slips.
Yeah, sorry. I just, for some reason, I thought you said September.
No worries. I did mess up earlier. Silly me. But October 5th is right, for this year. Rosh Hashanah first, then Yom Kippur 10 days after. Want me to double check any other dates?
How many times does the Declaration of Independence mention God?
The Declaration of Independence mentions God 4 times. First, it says, the laws of nature and nature's God. Then, endowed by their creator with rights. Third, they appeal to the supreme judge of the world. And last, they rely on divine providence for protection. Not lots of words, but big ones.
Do you think that there's a good possibility that the authors of the Declaration of Independence believed in God?
Oh yeah, most of those guys, like Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, totally believed in God. Back then, it was like everyone knew him, you know? They talk about nature's God and divine providence in the Declaration, like they're friends with him. They thought God gave us rights, like life, liberty, happiness, and watched over their fight against King George. Some believed in Jesus, some were more mysterious about it, but they all agreed God's the big boss upstairs. Pretty cool, huh?
Did the Pilgrims celebrate any of the Old Testament Jewish feasts?
Not exactly like the Jewish folks did. The Pilgrims, like the ones on the Mayflower in 1620, loved the Old Testament, but they weren't lighting menorahs or building sukkahs. They admired stuff like Sabbath rest and Thanksgiving feasts, kind of like Sukkot or Passover, where they thanked God for harvests. In 1621, they had their first big feast, think turkey, not matzah, to say yay for surviving winter. They called it a day of Thanksgiving, but it wasn't Jewish official. They read the Old Testament a lot, so holidays like Passover inspired them, like being thankful God saved them. No candles or oil lamps, though, just lots of pumpkin pie. Want me to imagine what their sukkah might have looked like?
Alrighty, that's enough. So yeah, that's Rudi. It's kind of interesting. I wish the camera would focus. And that's in this app called Grok. That's an interesting application. Funny stuff.